Nothing goes together like the Heat and Miami as we get ready for an interconference contest here at the American Airlines Arena. We're happy to have you with us for 2K Sports midweek presentation of NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan with you, joined by Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge reporting courtside. Take a look at the Warriors. And Gasol gets it to go. Tonight, we'll be seeing a couple of the league's better defenses. What are some of the keys to winning a defensive kind of battle, Doris?
Well, because you know that possessions are going to be fewer than in a typical game, where the pace is going to be slower, then the turnover number becomes all that much more important. Because in a game where pace is not at issue, you can't afford 15, 20 turnovers. It's about valuing the basketball. It's about executing to the greatest degree possible. And sometimes, Kevin, that means going deep into your offensive set. The ball should change sides of the floor, and you should look for a matchup that's favorable. And when you do, that's when you strike.
Now, here's Isaac. And Gasol, here we go.
Well, tremendous understanding from the young Jonathan Isaac. How about that awareness for the young guy?
Pass to Jokic. Harris outside. Heat moving the ball around. Isaac with the steal. He can't get it to go. Now the Heat take it the other way. For three, Harris. Again, the miss by the Heat. Golden State has come out of the gates quickly. Here's Knox. Ingles trying to get open. And he recovers it. And the basket by Knox.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this level.
Harris outside. Drops in the tray. Harris has got himself on the board with three there.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Gasol's shot is good.
And he knows how to make good use of his size in that low block. And Gasol's inside game is very refined. There's a smoothness to how he approaches it.
Now here's Bledsoe. A steal. And pushing it up is Golden State Warriors again in transition. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
Well, that's just taking your eyes off the target before releasing the pass. Very careless.
Not a fast start here for the Heat. They trail by 7. Left side, Harris. A three ball. Rebounded by Knox.
Well, they're simply having trouble getting their legs underneath them, right? They're just 1 for 5 to start things off.
And boy, are they attacking the paint.
And Jonathan Isaac making progress, but he was drafted knowing he had a lot of work to do.
Yeah, and you really shouldn't try and compare Isaac to the rest of his draft class. He's going to be on a different timeline as far as his development goes. Might take longer for him to be ready, but the payoff, man, could be huge as his ceiling is really high.
Gasol with the steal. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, the hard-charging approach of Klay Thompson paying dividends with the foul call. Hey, they like to see that kind of aggressiveness.
It's his first trip to the line.
A year ago, he had an 84% success rate on his foul shots, so he was a guy they were always happy to see at the line. And Klay Thompson, such a perfect fit on the Warriors. A versatile defender, can score playing off the ball, and just plays the game the right way.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
No good from the wing. And again, it's the Heat missing. And is there any doubt Klay Thompson could go to another team and average 30 points a game as the main offensive weapon?
Yeah, but, you know, he's not an attention seeker. And that's just not his personality. He knows it's more fun to play for a winner.
And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession.
Playing with lots of energy here, trying to cause turnovers.
I love the tenacity right now. Definitely on the prowl, looking for every opportunity to make a steal. The other team has got to be sharp.
Now, here's Bridges. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. 5 on the clock.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Outside Gasol. Another 3 for Golden State.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Pass to Jokic. To the middle. Here's Bridges. It's stolen by Ingles. And here they come. The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. Here's Jokic. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
To stop the drought. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. The Heat shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. And Harris drops them both.
You know, in this era of the Golden State Warriors, it's easy to forget the lean years. Prior to this 6-year run, guys, the last time they had made it to the playoffs 4 consecutive seasons, 1952.
And the Warriors can't hang on to the ball.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
The Heat trailed by 15. And it's Jonathan Isaac with the foul. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. Miami shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
You know, when he started out in his career, he was a little bit inconsistent at the free throw line. But now, Bledsoe, not a guy you want to put at the charity stripe.
We've got 28 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Thompson outside. Pass to Knox. Some nice passing by Golden State here. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Warriors have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game.
And up around 82% as a team a season ago. So they know how to make the most of those opportunities.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
This is one of those nights. Mistake after mistake, a comedy of errors.
With 1 on the clock. And that one released in time, but no good. A big-time effort for Marc Gasol, providing a lot of energy for the Golden State Warriors. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We come back right after this. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And for the Warriors, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Oh, look out! Strong finish.
And Marc Gasol, a force on both ends of the floor. You forget, Greg, that he's won a Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, Gasol doesn't really wow you on defense with what he does. I mean, he gets blocks. but it's really his positioning and his rotations are what make him so great. Always involved in plays, and he just seems to be able to protect the rim and a terrific team defender.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, guys. Well, Marc Gasol is the more fiery of the Gasol brothers. Pau Gasol says, I sugarcoat things a little more than Marc. He's more emotional, more direct. And Marc said, when a mistake happens on defense, I know you're not concentrating. I don't allow that. He knows controlling his frustration is important. He says, I'm working on it. Guys?
Part of leadership, DA. Thank you. Rubio looking around. Pass to Jokic. Now here's Winslow. Fires the three. Rebounded by Knox.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. And the basket by Isaac.
Listen, the defense was there. Jonathan Isaac just focused, locked in on the hoop, knows he can score from there, guys.
In the corner, Winslow with it. Off target from three-point range. And the basket by Knox. Knox has got 9.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
Ingles, that's for 2. Here's Isaac. And it's sent back by Jokic. Stolen by Thompson. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Yes, that goes in. He has 5. Doris, look in your crystal ball. 5 years from now, who do you think will be the 2-3 best players in the NBA?
Well, certainly some of the names. I won't say this is a definitive list, but as long as health holds, I'm going to give you 3 men who are going to be bad men in the NBA for a long time. Giannis Antetokounmpo, because the Greek freak is able at his size to handle it, take it off the window, and dominate action in transition. If he gets a consistent jump shot, forget about it. Ben Simmons, exactly the same thing. His passing ability is extraordinary. I think you'll see him get a low post game, and I think he'll get a jump shot, and he will be unguardable. And one of my absolute favorites is Mr. Joel Embiid. Give it to you inside, give it to you outside. Mr. Embiid can handle it. He can dominate with his defense. Those 3 men are going to be all-stars for a long, long time.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
That Thompson's so quick to pull the trigger. As soon as the ball hits his hands, he is ready to fire.
Shamet. Miami no good on that time either.
Nice timing to get up on that shot.
Boy, you can't ask for better defense, Greg. Excellent work getting right into the grill of the shooter.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. The Warriors making a switch here. To the paint. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And so far, they have been in complete control of this one. Just a well-rounded effort on the road.
Really just sheer dominance, going into enemy territory and flat out taking over this one.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul. So both teams changing it up here. Shot to stop the run. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, and we know because of Bledsoe's power, guys can't push this guy around. That time it results in an and one.
Eric Bledsoe, Greg, one of the league's best slashers.
Yeah, he gets to the rim with regularity, and he finishes at a high rate, lives at the line. He is a nightmare in the open court.
And it's Gordon finishing it off.
You know that the pass is for Aaron Gordon, but his athleticism takes any defense out of the equation. Doing work, Aaron Gordon.
Mills with the steal. And now here comes Gordon leading the break. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Well, the agility, the mobility, the speed of Aaron Gordon in the fast break, just such a tough cover.
Pass to Bridges. Back to Jokic. The shot by Bledsoe. Nobody around. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
I'll tell you, the feed puts them in prime position to convert. The assist was where it needed to be.
To the inside. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Well, great vision by Nene, right? I mean, if you're the help defensive guy, you can't leave your man. He's that good a passer.
Pass to Jokic. Shoots over Holmes. Out to Harris. No good on the triple.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
In transition, here comes Miami. Offensive rebound. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. It's tipped. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Gordon. And the layup's good off the glass. Gordon's got 8 points in the quarter.
Well, sheer strength on these finishes. Aaron Gordon pushes through anything you might throw at him.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And we'll be right back after this. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Miami Heat. On the wing, Harris. Pass to Jokic. Good ball movement here by Miami. Ball's knocked loose. And stolen by Gordon. And it's sent back by Bledsoe.
There's that wingspan of Bledsoe, once again showing up in the stat sheet, this time with the block.
And here's Mills from the arc. Another 3 for Golden State.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Pass to Jokic. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist.
And that's how you answer back.
You can tell that was a little give good, get good. Executed well on the offensive end, connects on the deep threat.
To the inside. Bridges with the steal. And now running up the court, Bledsoe pushing it up. And here's Jokic. Over Nene. Jokic, no good.
I'll tell you, that's been the story of this guy's night. He can't get anything to fall.
And the shot's good from Nene. Nene's got his first 2 points.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Sinks the three-pointer. 6 points for Jokic.
I think one thing you think about when you talk about Steve Kerr is how much he has relished having an opportunity to coach an amazing collection of talent. He knows more perhaps than most that great players are required to be successful. That doesn't mean it's an easy job. You've got to manage expectations year after year.
But they'll get another chance. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon.
Well, he's obviously anticipating different movement there. And instead of an easy connection, the pass sails straight into the front row.
And Doris, you watch Kerr, he really has his own distinct coaching style.
How about Kevin? He once said that coaching is 90% creating environment and 10% strategy. Now listen, we know this guy's tremendous with X and O's, but there's something helpful about his sense of humor and his upfront, honest approach.
Pass to Mills. And he lobs it up.
Oh, gentlemen. Woo! My goodness, step back.
That was incredible. Bledsoe looking around. Here's Baines. Here's Jokic. Another miss by Jokic. Jokic with the steal. Another miss by Jokic. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Lob pass to Gordon. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
I'll tell you, the activity of Aaron Gordon looking aggressively to take his opportunities offensively. That is really nice stuff.
Puts it up from 12. And it's Golden State with another.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Rubio outside. Pass to Jokic. Back to Rubio. 6 to shoot. Holmes with the steal. Down low. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
And whatever the adjustments at halftime, they are looking really good right now.
Well, there's no doubt this quarter has been all about them. They've come out hot, and they're not showing any signs of letting up.
On the wing, Harris. Back to Jokic. Rubio outside. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Rubio's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Pass to Nene. In the corner, it's Gordon. It's number 9 to fall. He's only taken 10 shots. With the analysis, the defensive impact becoming more advanced, Doris, do you think that helps defenders gain recognition even when they're not putting up numbers in individual statistical categories?
Well, think about a recent winner of the Defensive Player of the Year, and that's Draymond Green, whose value becomes into sharp focus, particularly in the fourth quarter of games. When it becomes a possession ball game and Draymond Green is flying around the floor in help defensive position, covering up for teammates' mistakes, I absolutely think, Kevin, increasingly because of the advanced metrics, that players can be defined outside of points and rebounds. So I love the impact of the numbers.
And that one's good, Jokic.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Smooth sailing for Golden State. Down low. Pass to Gordon. It's tipped. And Holmes throws it down. There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And it's Harris off the drive. Shamet. But they recover it. Lets it go with a 3. Cans it from downtown. He's got 11.
Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Boy, they have consistently been draining shots from deep, and that can take the heart out of an opponent.
We've got 28 seconds left in the third. Now, here's Rubio. Pass to Jokic. Good ball movement here by Miami. Drills it from outside.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Here's Nene. Covered by Rubio. And the shot's good from Nene.
Now, this is Nene's craft, right? He works inside, has a knack for getting it up and down.
Shamet. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. The Warriors on top, opening up a huge gap. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Here's Golden State now. Thompson outside. He's looking for Ingles and finds him. Back to Thompson. Here's Gasol. Good defense by Jokic.
Affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
Pass to Winslow. Fires for three. It's rebounded by Golden State. When this game is done, they'll be off to Orlando, and they'll take on the Magic. They're in the midst of a 4-game road trip right now. That'll be game number 3. From outside the arc, Jokic controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
That one goes in. 15 points for Marc Gasol.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Rubio outside. On the wing, Winslow. The three-pointer off the mark.
With him scoreless in the latter part of this one, it's awfully hard to come back.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the three ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against it.
That's his first personal foul.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Rebounded by Knox. The deep three from Thompson. The long distance three is buried.
Well, you talk about confidence when you're from distance. It's Klay Thompson. That's his world, and we're just living in it.
Back to Rubio. Again, the miss by the Heat. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for Golden State. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
In the corner, Winslow with it. Pass to Jokic. Stolen by Thompson. All alone. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, Klay Thompson is as effective on the defensive end as he is on the offensive end. Really good reach there to knock that thing away.
Now, Jokic. He's covered by Isaac. Hands it from downtown. Jokic has got 5 points now in the quarter.
I guess he just needed a little break because since halftime, he's been raining triples.
And the shot is good. 17 points for Marc Gasol.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Shamet. And it's off from three-point range.
And they had some...
Oh,
wow.
the pretty dunk brings down the house.
Gracious. Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg. Believe me.
My
With confidence to attempt that alley-oop to himself.
And when he gets it going, this is what can happen. They need to think about the double team now. Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Thompson. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
Well, a tough contest from the defender does not impede the progress of Klay Thompson. He's just doing work right now.
Back to Bledsoe. Pass to Jokic. Winslow wide open. He fires. Misses the three. Knox misses. And it's Miami's ball. And here's Winslow. He's covered by Isaac. There's the triple. Bridges misses. Here's Knox. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Justice Winslow. Doris, when you view international basketball, 13 and 14-year-olds playing in academies, some players turning pro overseas at 16, would something like that work in this country?
You know what, Kevin? I'm not necessarily for something like this. What I do believe is the NBA could become more involved across the board, and we should have more uniformity in basketball in general. And I think one of the ways to do that is to make sure we set up some sort of basketball committee across the different levels of basketball, starting with youth, going to high school, into college, then the semi-professional sort of basketball leagues out there, or the formative leagues like the G League, and then the NBA. I think we just need to look at the game in its totality and create some measure of uniformity. But frankly, I don't love the idea of 13 and 14-year-olds leaving their home to go to, quote, sport academies.
And he makes the first. Both shots good from the stripe.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Warriors.
They had a fantastic play from the bench.
And this team has great depth, and they showed it in this game.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And it's Jonathan Isaac with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Second team foul.
There's 53 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Bledsoe outside. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. There's 47 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Drills the three-pointer.
Listen, Kev, this guy, one of the more reliable scorers in the league, night in and night out.
To the middle. And then Gordon with the dunk.
Assist goes
And
to
saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
Well, this is exactly how you put teams away. Late game execution leads to a tremendous win.
For 3, Bledsoe. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic.
And finally finding a rhythm, but unfortunately a little too late.
Well, you wonder if they can use the momentum they've built.
Oh, wow.
The pretty dunk brings down the house.
Gracious. And on the road, silencing the crowd. What a dominant performance.
Well, they took control of this game from the outset, a commanding all-around performance and an important road win.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here to come into an opponent's building and dominate the way